So at this time, we're here to hear our guest speaker tonight. And I'm going to have Scott Newmark, President of America for Trump Broward, which I'm on the board with, and I'm going to have him introduce Roger Stone.
So the Republican Club of Indian River is really a fabulous organization. And again, thank you everyone for allowing me to introduce Roger Stone. First of all, I want everyone to know that the words that I'm going to use tonight are my own. Roger and I didn't collaborate on them. Roger has no idea what I'm going to say. And it's important because I think we all need to support Roger Stone. You'll hear why when I give our presentation. But these are my words. These are not Roger's words. And I just want everyone to know that up front. But Roger Stone, my friends, is facing a nightmare. And our country really is at a point of crisis. And we've got to understand that because the rule of law, what's happening in this country is extremely at stake, my friends. Because after 3 years of investigation, we had 23 months under the special counsel, Robert Mueller, and he confirmed finally what we knew all along, all of us in this room knew it, that there was no collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia, period. End of story. Like Sean Hannity said last night, it's over. Now the Democrats aren't going to let it go, but everyone in this room knows it is over. The results of the probe by the special counsel, my friends, are a tremendous vindication for President Trump and the millions of Americans who never doubted his innocence. And let's not forget, my friends, not a single American, not one, took the Russian bait, including our friend Roger Stone. The Mueller team consisted of 18 angry Democrats, and that's what they were. And they came up empty on Russia collusion and in trying to implicate our President Donald Trump. 3 years of intensive work by the nation's best prosecutors, best investigators, only resulted in charges against Roger that had zero to do with President Trump or the 2016 campaign. We should never, ever forget that. And my friends, for 2 years, at least, fake news CNN has falsely insisted that Roger would be charged with Russian collusion, with conspiracy and treason. And that was fake news solely designed to hurt the president, period, end of story. And it all was verified in the report that came out that was released by our Attorney General. Roger is simply being charged for one reason. There's only one reason he's being charged. Because he is a 40-year friend and supporter of President Donald J. Trump. That's the only reason he's being charged. And he is in, my friends, the fight of his life. And the charges, as we all know, they are bogus and they are politically motivated. That's what they are. And because Roger would not bear false witness against the president, they indicted him on process charges. That's all they are, process charges, as punishment for his non-cooperation. That's why Roger is on trial for non-cooperation on process charges for being a friend of the president. And again, let's review this. Nothing in the indictment shows there was any collusion with Russia or collaboration with WikiLeaks or that Roger Stone did anything illegal to help President Trump get elected. Now, my friends, Roger has pleaded not guilty to all charges, and he will fight to clear his name. And he's made it clear to me and others, and all of you in this room will know, he's going to fight for total vindication. And that's what we're going to get him. Totally different. My friends, we all need to fight back, because this isn't just a war that Roger's in alone. We're all in this war. These indictments, these charges are against all of us. These are against all of Donald Trump's friends and supporters. Roger happens to be on the point, but we're all being indicted. We're all being charged. That's what this is all about. Let's make no mistake about it. And we've got to stand with Roger, and we've got to use our resources to help Roger, and we've got to help him get through this trial and get him acquitted and for total vindication. Who's with me on that? Let's review this, my friends. More than 2 years of speculative stories, lurid headlines, turned out to have zero factual basis. Lies, exactly. The fake news media spent the past 2 years blatantly lying to the American people, and we caught them. All of us caught them, because all of us in this room are on the same team and believe in the same things. But we caught them. And there was never, ever a single ounce of evidence to support claims made by Democrat conspiracy theorists like Adam Schiff, Maxine Waters, Jerry Nadler, and all the rest of those lunatics in Washington that control the committees right now. But let's be honest about this, okay? There was never any evidence, but they will continue to push this garbage, and we've got to be here to support our friend Roger Stone, my friends. This was a sham. This was a complete and utter fantasy on the part of fake news, the corrupt media, the liberal swamp, and Hollywood elites. That's all this is, my friends. Does anyone disagree, or do we agree? Let's hear it. My friends, let's make some noise for Roger, because this is going out all over the country, my friends, on my Facebook feed, and I got tens of thousands of followers. Let's make some noise! Make some noise for Roger, let's go! Come on, you need to let's go! I got more, Roger. Wait a minute. Roger, I'm just getting started.
No, stay with me.
Well, let me tell you, my friends, unlike Hollywood liberal Jussie Smollett, the charges against Roger have not been dropped, okay? They've not been dropped. And the relentless fake news attacks have cost Roger his home, his savings, his ability to earn a living, and to provide for his family. And all Americans, we must stand with Roger Stone. Are we going to stand with Roger? Here he is. Come here. And my friends, he is in a tough legal fight. Tough. With his trial set to begin November 5th in Washington, D.C. And despite enormous pressure, as I've explained, Roger has pled not guilty, and he's going to prove his innocence in court. And he's grateful and he's gratified that the president has praised him in this epic fight, because that's what it is. It's an epic fight. But Roger can only continue this fight, my friends, if he can count on everyone in this room for the generous support of true American patriots like all of you. He urgently needs your support. He needs this fighting. The D.C. swamp isn't cheap, and we've estimated this. It's going to cost cumulatively at least $2 million to mount an aggressive legal defense, including fighting for the redacted portions of the Mueller report related to Roger's case. And Roger's lawyers must be allowed to review this information. They must, so we can view all the evidence against him. And that isn't cheap. And Mueller's people and the Justice Department, they're going to fight like hell not to give it to him. So he needs the resources to get those sections of the report as part of his defense. But Roger can prevail, my friends. He can prevail at trial by simply laying out the truth, and that's what he's going to do. So, my friends, in your hearts, please donate to Roger's Defense Fund. Whatever you can, $5, $10, $25, $50, $100, doesn't matter, whatever you can afford. Every single penny helps. We've got to stand with Roger. His trial's November 5th. It's here in a blink of an eye, my friends. So anyway, without further ado, I know you want to hear from Roger, you're getting sick of me, but I have to warm him up. I want to set the mood. I want us to be all pumped up. I want to thank you for being here and listening to me for this 5-6 minutes that you graciously allotted me. Thank you, everyone, for allowing that. But we've got to stand with Roger Stone. We've got to make sure he has the resources to get what he needs to fight Mueller and the Justice Department. And in any event, God bless you all, and God bless America, the greatest country on the face of the earth. And I want to give you our friend, Roger Stone.
Maybe I should just sit down and shut up and quit while I'm ahead. Scott, that was a rousing speech, and as Scott said, no coordination between us. I didn't suggest his remarks. He speaks for himself. And I think most of you know that the judge in my case has issued a gag order, and while I can speak on many topics, including politics, I cannot speak about the specifics of my case, and I won't do so tonight, nor will I do so prior to my trial. As the judge said in our very initial hearing, the right time for that talk is in court, and believe me, when that day comes, I will have plenty to say. In the interim, I want to say a couple things. First of all, I want to thank my friend Bill Lewis. Now, Bill and I have not always been on the same side, but we're on the same side today. And I can tell you, if you want a guy on your side who's a scrapper, who you can count on, who has your back, there's no better man than Bill Lewis. Yeah.